Oh, this is meant to be the second part to the first video I had. I wanted to clarify a few things, so I just want to make sure I clarify that. When I was talking about how powdered mildew prone the Nam Doc Mai is, they still set fruits. I mentioned that they don't set fruits, but they don't set healthy fruits. So these are what happens when it gets kind of fungus prone, whether it's powdered mildew or a combination of powdered mildew or and other fungal issues. They develop these what we in California call nubbins. So these fruits, they don't get full size. These are actually a little bit small. Sometimes they get a little bit bigger, but you could notice that the shape is off. It's not your regular shape. Lots of the fruits that you can usually identify if the fruit type is elongated. The shape is usually more oval. So that's what happens to it. There's no embryo inside. Some varieties hold on to them pretty well. They ripen as normal kind of tasting fruits, just that there's a seed husk and no embryo. Some varieties like Nam Doc Mai, they don't hold on to this fruit well. They usually end up cracking pretty badly, pretty much like a split through the middle, and it never ripens. So Nam Doc Mai has that habit when it gets these fungal issues, and it seems to be either powdered mildew or a combination of powdered mildew and some other fungal issues. But these are what you get, and these are these unhealthy fruits. Unfortunately, Nam Doc Mai does not hold on to them that well compared to other varieties that can hold on to these regular fruits until it matures. Nam Doc Mai will crack. For the majority of the fruits will crack, making it inedible as a ripe mango. Okay, so you can see these are two unhealthy fruits. These fruitlets actually set prior to these healthy ones you see here. So this is a regular shaped one, kind of nice and long and elongated. So that's how it looks like when it's healthy. These two actually set fruit after these two right here. So here's another one. So another nice one, a nice elongated shaped one. So that's the example of what I mean by how powdered mildew and fungal prone Nam Doc Mai is. They will set fruits, but they will set these unhealthy fruits that it has a seed husk with no embryo and a tendency to pretty much crack. Okay. So you guys seen my tree on here. This is about a 20-year-old tree, a 20-year-old rootstock I meant. So it's quite large. Okay. The trunk circumference here is about 30 to 33 inches. But this is not my oldest tree. So what I'm going to show you next is my oldest tree. My oldest tree that I have is a Nam Doc Mai number 4 on turpentine rootstock. So let's go there. It's about 25 feet away from the tree you've seen. So here it is. Okay. So this tree was planted about, I would say, 2-3 years before the rootstock you just seen. So it is my oldest tree. It is a Nam Doc Mai 4, and the trunk circumference is about 15-16 inches. For most of its life, it struggled, and there was several times that I thought it was going to die. I thought it was going to die many times. It just was never very healthy. It was always kind of never grew. It actually got to about 5 and 5.5 foot tall. So that's about as big as it got, but it was never very healthy tree. It just seems like it was prone to dying. So because of that, I planted a seedling next to it, and that seedling actually went in like it's probably half the age of this this tree, this Nam Doc Mai number 4. So it came in much later, just because there was several times where I thought this tree was about to die, my Nam Doc Mai. So I planted that. It's about probably half the age of it, maybe 10 or 12 years old in terms of that seedling trunk. Okay. I'll take a step back to kind of so you can see the tree. Unfortunately, I don't really have. Well, not unfortunately. I top worked most of this last year already, so there's not much of the Nam Doc Mai number 4 left. So most of this is all different varieties that I'm trying to preserve on here. All different varieties I'm trying to preserve. So this is your Nam Doc Mai number 4 on Florida turpentine rootstock, if I did not state that yet. So this is a Florida turpentine rootstock tree that is over 20 years old. Nam Doc Mai number 4. So this is how it looks like. And again, most of this is no longer Nam Doc Mai number 4. I top worked all that last year, so all these are different varieties now. You know, there might be a few branches of the number 4 left, but most of this is completely different now. But again, the tree was no more than 5 or 5.5 foot tall. Struggled for most of its life. It didn't really start doing well until I would say the last 6 or 7 years, and that's when my rootstock right there in the back, my root seedling right there in the back started to really take off. So my guess is that in the last 6-7 years, there might have been some root grafting that's occurring between the seedling and this Florida turpentine rootstock that might be benefiting this tree a bit, because you know, after that tree started flourishing, this Nam Doc Mai number 4 actually started doing better. It started doing much better, you know, a bit more vertical growth. It's still weepy, but a bit more vertical growth, and it kind of started getting a little bit larger. So my guess is there's a bit of root grafting between the two trees that's going on that might be benefiting the Nam Doc Mai number 4 on Florida turpentine rootstocks. Okay, and hope this helps. This is just a bit more explanation on, you know, on Nam Doc Mai number 4 being more powdery mildew prone and fungal prone, and an example of the difference in size of Nam Doc Mai number 4. Because most of the time Nam Doc Mai number 4 is sold and advertised as a more like a smaller dwarfing tree. So many people were surprised by how big my Nam Doc Mai on Ataulfo is. And this is the original Florida turpentine rootstock that is my oldest tree and over 20 years old. Alright, thanks everyone.